video looks so... This does pique my interest, though, because I used to play piano a long time ago. What if it was open, but not open to being open, which means it's not open to being open? Your mom isn't open to open her legs, but she opens them anyways.
Missing. For centuries,
Take a look at
piano
this,
music
chat.
was
I'm gonna
only
be honest
heard,
with you.
never
This
seen.
is really
What if
cool.
we could add another dimension to it and actually see music? You've probably seen a video like this, where light explodes as you play. Just one look, and it hit me. But all those lights were fake, just CGI. If this could happen in real life, how cool would that be?
So I started trying, but I have no idea back then that this one try would end up taking 3 years.
To make music visible,
3 years? It took 3 years to make this? God damn, sheesh.
we went through endless tests and iterations, built 4 completely different visual piano prototypes. And to truly master this glowing instrument, I practiced piano for 3 years myself. There's no AI in this video. Today, let me take you on a journey of light and sound.
First, we needed something that can rise on its own and go in midair. Our first thought was smoke. This is a smoke machine. It can shoot out.
This is really cool, I'm not gonna lie.
If you pull the roll of the
That's what I'm telling you guys. If I was a guy super smart and everything like that, and I knew about coding and all this other shenanigans, I would probably make my own shit on stream, you know? But since I'm not any of those sort of nature, I will not be doing any of that stuff.
behind the piano and make the smoke rise whenever a key is pressed, then light it up with lasers. Wouldn't that look cool? Let's build a prototype to find out.
What in the sci-fi is this? Oh my god, holy lord, dude. If you were a guy, you would have made the smart stroker before anyone else. True, I would have. Or I would have not the smart stroker. I would have made an AI robot waifu incorporated with a smart stroker in it. Ah, so you're already thinking two steps ahead of you already. I'm already thinking 2 steps ahead of you already, you know?
This was our first visual piano. Press a key, smoke rises. There's a laser on top that can light it up. At first glance, it looks pretty cool, but once you actually play it...
No, I'm not smart. Like I said, I'm not a dude. This doesn't really, like,
It's a
not
disaster.
my cup
The
of
smoke
tea,
drifts
personally.
everywhere. You can't tell which light matches which note. It feels like a genie is coming out.
I'm just more of a creative
And after a while,
person,
it looks like
so-
someone's barbecuing inside the piano. If only the smoke didn't spread, rising in clean chunks like musical notes, then there was still hope. And in this failure, we actually found how to do that, which is...
To start making loot inventions? Yeah, it's called your mom's OnlyFans, okay? That's my new loot invention for you, okay? Alright?
Vortex rings. When fluid is pushed out quickly, the speed difference between the center and the edges create a stable rotating structure, a vortex ring. That's exactly the shape we needed.
What if we use vortex rings instead of smoke? That made the piano way much cooler. Let's get started.
Yo, dude, that's expensive, man. Why are you throwing shit around, bro? I ain't gonna lie, the editing in this goddamn video is going crazy.
This is our smoke vortex piano. It's made up of multiple vortex emitters. Each unit had a speaker and a shutter. The speaker pushes out a vortex ring, and the shutter closes to prevent extra smoke from leaking. I couldn't wait to test it.
It does look better, but there are still many problems.
There was too much stray smoke. The rings didn't stand out.
And after a while, they even blocked the player.
And the biggest issue? Each vortex unit was huge. If we made one for all 88 keys, the whole thing would be 4 meters long, completely unusable. So we tried shrinking it, but once it got smaller, it stopped working. In air, it's extremely hard to create vortex rings that are both small and stable. Then it hit me.
Okay.
A vortex is just rotating fluid, and besides air, the most common fluid we know is...
Water. The hell?
This is our paint vortex piano. These air cylinders suck in paint and fire vortex rings underwater. At first glance, beautiful, but when you play it,
It still does the same thing.
kinda terrible. The paint dissolves into the water. After a few notes, the whole tank turns into
Of
watermelon
course.
juice.
We actually thought about this from the start. Our idea back then was to use the oil-based paint that doesn't mix with water. But once we switched to oil,
No rings at all. Because of surface tension, oil in water prefers to form spheres, not rings. At this point, I realized something. We can't use chaotic materials like smoke or water to represent particles that need to be precisely triggered and disappear. But could something like that actually be made? Wait, blue droplets rising cleanly, each one landing like a note. These droplets actually looks pretty good.
and using drop had one big advantage. It solves the problem of being too large, because a very small tube can make a drop small enough to map one-to-one with piano keys.
We built a small test unit. It looked very promising. Then we added more needles and LED strips and got this effect. Dance droplets firing rapidly like a firework exploding. The first time I saw it, I knew we finally had a workable
So it's like a lava lamp, basically.
solution. This setup also reminded me of the liquid cooling on the Red Magic 11 Pro, where you can
What
actually
the fuck is that? Oh, what the fuck? Wait, what the hell? What? This is a red magic phone?
see the coolant flowing through the back of the phone. It looks great and looks gaming smoother.
What the fuck? What kind of weird? What? Is this new? Is this a new red magic phone or something? I've never seen this one ever in my entire life.
So it was finally time to use this approach to build real.
You want to hear a metal? You want to hear my metal one? Here, I'll show you. I'll show you my metal one right now. I'll show you my metal one right now. Here you go, right there. That's it right there. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I will take your applauses, you know?
Magic piano. This is our droplet piano. We went all in for this setup. To cover the entire piano, we custom made a massive glass tank, over 400
That is
kilos.
insane.
It takes at least 8 people to assemble. So we bought
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie or so. This kind of a science experiment, you must literally have so much time on your hands. You must literally have like so much time in your hands to make something like this and then get the people to assemble the entire thing itself. I don't have that much time. I'm just gonna literally play my piano and just, well, I don't have any place or so to put my piano anywhere, so.
a gantry crane in the studio just to lift it. Leaks were inevitable, so we installed floor drains. To tune the droplet speed, we tested
Jesus.
250 kilos of glycerin over 2 full weeks. So how did it turn out? The first impression was stunning. Droplets plus lighting felt genuinely magical, but over time, problems appeared. The beauty was mostly near the bottom. Once droplets rose higher, they faded into darkness. We added more lights, trying to light up the droplets above, but it didn't help much. They also started drifting, going up. We tried guiding them with glass tubes.
But with the glass tube,
The magic was gone. We even matched the liquid's refractive index to the
Jesus,
glass,
mother
so
of
the tubes
God.
became invisible.
If it weren't for them making money off the views, this would have been a whole new level of jobless behavior. True, they're monetizing it, you know, they are monetizing this entire thing to make money in return, but holy Jesus Christ though, this is way too much in order to have like glowing little lights coming out of the piano thing, you know?
this is pretty cool. This one is just water, and this one is our special mixture. When I put the glass tube into them, this one just disappears. But once there are more tubes, this method doesn't work well.
By this point, the project had dragged on for 2 years. We'd tried everything we could think of. I honestly didn't know what else to do. We've abandoned projects before, but never one that consumed this much time, energy, and effort from almost
Look, every single one of these people is a guy. Straight up, this is literally a guy. No, they spent 3 years on this. They spent 3 years. This is just the second year, but every single one of these is a guy. You see the difference, chat? You don't see a single female here whatsoever. Like, putting their own opinion and working on this. This is literally a guy thing. This is a bro thing.
Everyone in the studio. If this failed, could we even keep doing DIY projects? Then, this happened.
Damn.
Even though the seller assured us the tank was strong enough, we filled it with water for safety testing on Friday. On Saturday, water pressure shattered the 1-inch thick glass. The entire system was destroyed. All the electronics were flooded. We had to smash the tank apart just to remove it. If the universe was telling me to stop, this felt like the sign. This project started in January 2023.
That's crazy.
Back then, I was mainly a tech reviewer. Most of my early audience came from my tech review videos. Later, I shifted to DIY because I really enjoyed doing it. I always wanted to create things that people have never seen before. True visual spectacles.
There's already a male VTuber who does like science experiments. It's some science dude or so.
Over the past 2 years, we pulled this
Sorry,
off
Dubstep,
more
I
than
don't think
once.
it'll work out for
20
me,
trash
to be
cans
honest.
emptying
I don't
themselves
think
in
it'll work
line.
out.
The machine line that folds thousands of paper dove. A typewriter that types on its own. But I also learned the cost is huge. Because we are not documenting existing wonders. We are trying to invent them from scratch. Travel creators can film what's already out there. Science creators can explain how nature works. But for us, to truly amaze people, we need to start with piles of parts, materials, and failures. In the past, even if a lot of people didn't understand, even if the comments kept asking, why not just stick to tech reviews? As long as that image in my head was still there, I was willing to keep going. But this time, we had really reached our limit. Maybe there is no magic in the real world. Maybe this path was wrong from the start. Maybe this broken glass tank was the final ending of years of DIY effort. After all, we needed a magical particle that could rise on its own, emit light, and be precisely controlled. That sounds impossible. Creating something the world has never seen in every video, and giving people that kind of awe you feel in nature. Is that even realistic? It rises on its own, glows by itself, and can be triggered and disappear. That kind of fact just isn't possible. Stop doing DIY. You are not cut out for it. Reviews were your thing. Stop wasting your time. Humans can't find nature. You simply can't do it. Wait. If we can build it, what about nature? This is our blue tears piano. What you see glowing is a type of bioluminescent algae. Around the world, you can see this blue glow in coastal waters. It's caused by a reaction between luciferin and luciferase when the algae are stimulated. We didn't spray algae into water. We filled the entire tank with them, then disturbed them with bubbles, so they would glow all the way to the surface.
The best part of this idea is that we don't need to build a new setup. We can just add algae to our existing piano.
Some people might ask, why not use a transparent display for this effect? Well, I actually thought about it at the beginning and quickly gave up on it. Because if the light is shown on a display, it only exists in 2 dimensions. Changing the viewing angle just a bit makes it look very fake, and the image looked much darker when viewed from the back. For safety, we switched to double-layer tempered glass. A week of testing, no issues. We added LED strips around the piano to give the scene more depth. After all these iterations, we finally had a piano that felt truly magical in the real world. This.
But the problem is with this, right? It's so impractical to have this in your own like living quarters. So there's no way this thing would ever actually exist outside for like normal consumers. You know, it's a cool project. Don't get me wrong, right? It's a cool project and everything. But if you're trying to like, if you want to like eventually like sell this to people, well, you're gonna have a problem with that, you know?
Was our longest project ever. From January 2023 to December 2025, our studio even moved twice during that time. The project.
Jesus freaking, this guy has a studio? This guy got a fucking studio? What? Where the fuck are you getting this money from? It's probably from YouTube though, but fuck it, hey dude, Jesus Christ. Look at this place, dude. Oh my god, man, this is some wild ass behavior, to be honest. This is some crazy ass behavior, I ain't gonna lie, to be honest.
During that time, the project stopped and restarted many times, but we never gave up. So why not just do tech reviews? Why spend so much effort on things that seem useless? 5 years ago, The first thing I've ever built was a remote-controlled page turner. It feels trivial now, but the moment you realize something you made actually worked, that feeling is kind of magical. I think I just got addicted. Addicted to the feeling of making something myself. Addicted on turning ideas into reality. Addicted on moments of despair turning into breakthroughs. Addicted on those rare, miraculous moments. Only DIY lets me relive that journey again and again. But sometimes, DIY isn't just about inventing something new. It's about finding the miracle that nature is willing to lend you. Was it worth it? For me, the answer is obvious.
Yeah, of course.
I never learned piano properly, but to play this piano I imagined, to give this video the best ending it deserves. I wouldn't say every day, but whenever I had time after work, I practiced piano.
That's some dedication, I ain't gonna lie, to be honest. It is a new skill to learn at the end of the day. Holy shit, look at that, look at that. Every single day learning. It is a pretty, dude, it's crazy how he recorded himself throughout all those 3 years. It's kind of crazy. Here it is, let's see the final act. It's not perfect though, but it's pretty cool though. I have a crazy thing to think about this one, actually, to be honest. A combination of like two things in order to make it more refined.
Thank you for watching. Projects like this are risky. They require constant rebuilding and starting over. And this time, our partner was a brand that also loves pushing limit, Red Magic. When camera bumps keep getting bigger, they made the back completely flat. When phone cooling hit its limit, they put a fan inside the phone. And on the new Red Magic 11 Pro, they even combined liquid cooling. It's exciting to look at and actually plays great. See you next time.
Well, there's the advertisement. It's Red Magic. That's it. It was Red Magic. Is that the new Red Magic phone or something? I've never heard of it, to be honest. Well, that's interesting, to be honest. Well, that was a pretty interesting video. Stephen He. Oh, wow. Stephen He is commented on this too as well. That's a name. That's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Holy shit, dude. That's crazy. Wasn't expecting that. True, the journey to make it would be crazy. I'll take a look at it in a second because if it's copyrighted or so, you know. Okay, all right. Well, that was pretty cool. I think it could still be refined. I think that invention specifically can be refined, but the problem is like, you know, if other people want this specific device itself, you know, you're gonna have to make a more smaller compact form of it. So, but I don't think it'll be possible to make a smaller compact form of this. I feel like this would be more better for like shows and everything and YouTube videos, and that's kind of like basically it. So, but cool video nonetheless though. I like it. Not bad. No bad at all. This kid got a bright future ahead of him, I'll be honest with you.